Hello everyone, and welcome to our English listening practice video. Today we have a very exciting story for you. It's a bit scary, but don't worry, it has a happy ending. This story will help you practice your listening skills. I will speak slowly and clearly so you can understand everything. Are you ready? Let's begin. Last Tuesday, I came home from work around 6 in the evening. Usually, my wife Sarah is already home. She finishes her job at 5 o'clock. But when I walked in, the house was dark and quiet. That was strange. I called out, "Sarah, are you home?" No answer. I turned on the lights in the living room. Everything looked normal. The TV was off, and her bag was on the chair where she always leaves it. So I went into the kitchen to get a glass of water, and that's when I saw it. The back door was open, just a little bit. I always lock the back door when I leave in the morning, and Sarah does too. My heart started to beat faster. Why was the door open? I slowly walked towards it and looked out into the garden. Nothing, just the wind blowing the leaves around. I closed the door and locked it carefully. I felt a little nervous. I decided to check the rest of the house. I walked up the stairs, calling my wife's name again, "Sarah, honey." Still nothing. I looked in our bedroom, the bed was made, and everything was tidy. I checked the bathroom, empty. Then I went to the guest room. We don't use it very much. It's mostly for storage. I opened the door to the guest room, and my heart jumped. The room was a mess. Boxes were open, and clothes were all over the floor. Someone had been in our house. I immediately thought, a thief. There was a thief in our house. I felt scared, but also angry. I quickly pulled out my phone to call the police. But just as I was about to dial, I heard a small noise from the closet. It was a tiny sound, like a little cry. What was that? Was the thief still here, hiding in the closet? My hands were shaking. I wasn't a brave hero from the movies. I was just a regular person. What should I do? Run out of the house or open the closet? I took a deep breath to calm down. I decided I had to see what was in there. Maybe someone needed help. I walked very, very slowly towards the closet. I put my hand on the handle. It was cold. I counted to 3 in my head. 1, 2, 3. I pulled the door open quickly, and what I saw inside was not a big, scary thief. It was a small, furry, and very frightened-looking kitten. It was hiding behind some old blankets, shivering. A kitten. I couldn't believe it. It was so small, with big green eyes. It looked at me and made another tiny crying sound. I let out a big sigh of relief. It wasn't a thief. It was just a lost little animal. It must have come in through the open back door and then gotten scared. I gently reached in and picked up the kitten. It was so light. It snuggled into my arms and started to purr. All my fear was gone. I just felt love for this little creature. At that exact moment, I heard the front door open downstairs. It was Sarah. I heard her call my name. "Honey, I'm home. Sorry I'm late. I had a meeting." I smiled and carried the kitten downstairs. When Sarah saw me holding the tiny cat, her eyes went wide. "Oh my goodness. Where did you get that?" she asked. I started to explain. "Well, I came home and the back door was open. Then I saw the guest room was a mess and I thought we had a thief." Sarah started laughing. "A thief? Oh, you poor thing. You must have been so scared." "This is the cutest thief I have ever seen." We both laughed. The little kitten just purred louder. We gave it some milk and a little bit of tuna from a can. We spent the evening playing with our new friend. We didn't have a cat, but we both loved animals. The house didn't feel quiet and strange anymore. It felt warm and full of life. We had a problem though. What should we do with the kitten? Was it a stray? Did it have a family looking for it? The next day, we made some posters with a picture of the kitten. We put them up around our neighborhood. We waited for a few days, but nobody called. After a week, we decided this little thief had stolen our hearts. We decided to adopt it. We took it to the vet to make sure it was healthy. The vet said the kitten was a boy and was about 8 weeks old. He was perfectly fine, just a little underweight. We needed a name for him. Sarah had a funny idea. "Since you thought he was a thief who made a mess, why don't we call him Bandit?" I loved it. It was the perfect name. So our little kitten was officially named Bandit. Now, Bandit is part of our family. He is no longer a tiny, scared kitten. He's a playful, happy cat. He loves to nap on the sofa and chase his toys. The house is never too quiet anymore. And sometimes, when I see the mess he makes playing, I smile and remember the day I thought we had a thief in our house. It was the scariest and then the best day ever. And that's how we got our wonderful cat, Bandit. So that is the end of our story. Did you like it? I hope it was good practice for your English listening. The important words from today's story were thief, strange, nervous, mess, closet, and relief. Try to remember them. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. See you next time. Goodbye.